Yes, it is sundown, so I that was why I look awfully red here. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena, and today we are going to be doing midweek magic. There's going to be a seal, Phantom Seal. This one is Phantom Seal of Mergers at Karlov Manor, and before we continue, you're probably wondering what this totally normal event token is. And basically the premise here is that there is one more clue that is given out. You should and yet you would have to type that in. Actually, which is a bit weird considering that the clue has not been quite given yet. Anyway, so they'll probably give you a clue for it on the mailbox, and that would unlock this one. It also unlocks 1000 XP. It also unlocks a skin, and it will also unlock this totally normal event. I'll check it out when the clue finally comes out. So we'll save it for then. So don't worry, ignore this one too for now. Anyway, Phantom Seals up. We're going to we're gonna get right at it. Been a while since I last did. I only do sealed events once, so this would be an interesting take on it. It's been quite a while. Usually they do Phantom Sealed as an introduction to Arena Open, and okay, 6 packs, 9 rares, pretty good. Aurelia once again. Also, this is Phantom, so as much as I would love to get these lands, unfortunately not getting them. Also, not liking the fact I'm getting 2 copies of Officious Interrogation. This doesn't really do much for what it is. I'm probably happier with the Locked Hot House Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, Case of the Eat and Feast is also quite bad. So, in this, knowing what we have, first let's do a land check. Public Thoroughfare, Double Thundering Falls Commercial District. We'll probably be aiming for blue-red if we can make that happen. Also note that between those in the Thoroughfare, we have quite good splash options. As for blue, we have the Gadget Technician and the Detective Satchel, so there is an incentive to go there. White has No More Lies and a Private Eye, so detectives are kind of a thing. Not much incentive on any of the other colors. There is a push-pull, which incentivizes white, red, or black. As for black, you get an Assassin's Trophy, Crawl Whipcracker. It's nice, but Assassin's Trophy has kind of dropped off quite a bit. Let's see, 2 Thinking Caps. At least we have the Strider and the Automaton, so we do have some 2 drops that are okay for colorless. Let's start with white because I am considering Aurelia and maybe the Private Eye. Our case is really bad. Novice Inspector is really good. Case of the Gateway Express is okay as removal. You usually skip these clue equipment cards though. This one is serviceable. Sanctuary Wall, nice defensive. We're not trying to get into defensive if we can. So the white is solid for what it is. If our blue is solid also and gives us a lot of good detectives, we can go into that. If our red is solid, we can go into Aurelia. So white is pretty okay. Take a look at blue. No. Yes. Okay, our blue is very bad. And you don't even really want to be... Okay, Hotshot's at least a good one. There's an argument for, say, Fairy Snoop to fill out the ranks, but that's blue-black. I guess double blue. If you're willing to pay 6 mana for a 1/4, probably not. It actually bodes poorly for blue-red as well. Black. At least we got some decent removal. Slice from the Shadows and Murder. And a Soul Enervation. So removal is kind of up there. It's a shame that our creature base is really poor. Rod Farm Mortipede, it's serviceable, it's just not great. Let's take a look at our red. Okay, our red is kind of promising. I take it back, our red is not... It's serviceable but not that promising. I could combine this with red-white and I would be fine. Let's hope our green is deep enough. And we do have 2 copies of Fanatical Strength, Nervous Gardener for tutoring. The Locked Hothouse is a good one. Radical and white green splashing black is also is doable. Because we have the good disguised creatures here. So hear me out. Well, first of all, not gonna lie. This is actually not a great. This is not actually not very great for us. We are definitely gonna go into 3 colors, because even the white is not deep enough. That's Malice Sentry. Like we like white does not give us any disguised creatures at all, and like we can do green white splash red. That that's a thing. I would much rather play white red instead. We could do white red splashing blue just for these 2 cards. And if we have enough detectives, 3 detectives, maybe good enough for private eyes. No, it makes do we have another blue card that we could go? Like we get more detectives here. This is an option. We can kind of go white blue detectives, though we're just missing a lot of the good payoffs. In fact, the best card's probably not a detective. No, we're not running this one. Like it's instant. It allows us to generate clues. Yeah, I'm willing to take the Bubble Smuggler because that one is a late game. That's a late game disguise creature. I can make an argument for Crocodiles that way, though it is going to tax our blue splash. Yeah, 4 detectives is not looking. 4 detectives is not looking great. 1, 2. Well, technically, we have more than 4 detectives. It's like 1, 2. Seasoned Consultant is 3. Private Eye is 4, but it doesn't really count itself. Person of Interest creates a detective. That's 5. I guess we have to run it like this and just not be happy about it. Let's see our mana split. 12, 9, so it's definitely 7, 8, 8, 8, 2. I think I might split it up like this. We'll give this one a try, but this is admittedly a super subpar list. Like we do have Shock, Galvanize, make sure binding, make your move as our removals, Sweep. So it's not great. Kind of have Sanctuary Walls, a temporary one. We have Case as also a removal, so a few pieces of removal. We'll see if we can make this work, but I'm honestly not enthused with the idea. Like, if I paid for this sealed pool, I would be really annoyed because it doesn't look like one that's gonna work. Anyway, so turn 2 Sanctuary Wall. Need to dig for lands. I guess I can go for this one. It's probably not ideal, but we can see how this works here. Okay, at least we hit our 4th land. So if we draw a disguised creature, we can just play the disguised creature right away. Opponent plays an Aftermath Analyst. Mills. Okay, Mills 2 lands, which is good for them. And the neat thing is that we can just crack the clue right away. at least we they lost their buried in the garden, which is quite a big deal for us actually. I'm just gonna pass. We'll just draw our card. Now the private eye that we sneaked in. Okay, at least we get our blue mana there. It's a shame this one can't attack. We would have our 5 creatures that can attack already at this point. But we do have our Aurelia mana next turn, and we can get to draw a card off it. Opponent not casting anything concerns me here. I might sandbag a bit. They might have a no. Oh, actually, I am gonna sandbag a bit. Play Karlov Watchdog. Smack with all these. Then if our opponent presents removal, we can play the Novice Inspector. This is pretty much just to bait out removal. Airtight Alibis, fine bait. We'll lose a detective, that's kind of fine, I guess. I am... Okay, sure. So our opponent might be in a position where they are... Yeah, that was actually a weird sandbag. They're just now playing a face down card. We'll still swing. And in fact, we do have now the option of Aurelia and deal the 3 damage. Yes, to our opponent. Kind of feeding a bit, but yeah, that's enough. Our opponent barely did. I suspect what happened is our opponent got caught out and got caught out with their mana. They did present red, but it looks like them milling it was an issue. They probably needed red next turn, but them playing the airtight alibi in their creature disincentivized it, so it was not that great. So we got a duplicate rare. So we got 20 gems instead. We'll take that. I also got that as well. Right. And let's see, what do we get in addition? Restless Reef. Actually, I am missing a lot of the Restless lands. So that one we won just off the back of Aurelia. It was probably not, it's a win because you have the rare, which is usually the position you do not want to be in Seal. Like, you want to be able to have a fighting chance without the rare. This one, yeah, we're definitely keeping this. One, Novice Inspector, Guardian, set up and draw a card eventually. It also helps that most of our deck is like is like single colored for the most part. It's a reason why I avoided, say, the Crocodile as a disguised creature. That the double blue is concerning. So turn 2 Guardian, turn 3 Strider. Yeah, turn 1 Inspector is always ruins a lot of things. So opponent not having any response is also kind of concerned for opponent. So next turn, I can buff the Inspector. So what I can do is if our opponent plays a ward creature, I can buff the Inspector by playing this one. We'll most likely end up trading Guardian. Also note our opponent led the game, so they should be playing their 3rd land right about now. There, most likely into a ward creature. That's the most common play, but our opponent might have other plays. Yep, it's a face down card. That was predictable. In fact, we can actually play our Thundering Falls, and yeah, I think we can discard that. There's an argument for not offering the trade, but offering the trade is fine here. It was a Granite Witness. Opponent is playing, looks like they're playing straight blue-red. They might have white. Furtive Courier. There's an argument for playing the Bubble Smuggler as is than just cracking the clue. Opponent's just going for the draw discard, and I am fine with just taking it at this point. Opponent is splashing white. You have your own Gravestone Strider, choosing to tap the artifact instead. I guess turn 5 Aurelia the Law Above is going to end games. Okay, the first match that was not turn 5. We were playing around some removal, so we did not go for it right away. That was which was, yeah, usually that's the most correct thing to do. You don't rush in if you can avoid it. This might be a very fast episode, or I might be wrong also, because as I said, as far as sealed pools go, this one is an Aurelia or bust deck, and I don't think we've gotten to the point where we are performing without Aurelia. In fact, I can say that every time I've drafted Angels, it has been well. Like my only 7x draft. Okay, so turn 2 Bystander, turn 3 Thoroughfare. This is honestly, yeah, this is kind of why the Thoroughfare, as much as we are even running a 3-color deck, it's not looking great. I'm gonna mull this. This one, despite missing most of our colors, I am more willing to accept this. Gravestone Strider helps. So we'll probably give up the Sanctuary Wall. Because Novice Inspector makes things right. Turn 2, we will definitely do Neighborhood Guardian. Opponent leading off with Hedge Mage. I would not be surprised if the introduction of play boosters meant that they added a lot of lands as a result. Let's see where opponent's 2-drop is. No 2-drop. Do they have a counter spell? I would be annoyed. Oh, it's just a bounce spell. Okay, that's actually more acceptable. Because I really need this one to land. So next turn we have the Market Watch Phantom. Missing our land drop, but this is a good time to hit this. Cold Case Cracker. Now watch our opponent have actual removal. There's also an argument for, say, playing the Neighborhood Guardian first, then because when I drop this afterwards, yeah, they had to make sure find me. We can make our move, but we're okay. We did hit our 4th land, which is good. I don't need the 4th land quite yet. So the play here is actually there's a trick we can do. Like I could swing with all three. If our opponent blocks and the +1/+1 is a benefit, I can just take out their makeshift binding. Call a surprise witness. It's a 3/3. Let's see how our opponent blocks this one. Oh wait, I chose the wrong one. I should have sacked it. Okay, wait, I can still sack it. So this one is pump this, sack, buff that. I still get the trade, which is fine. Opponent does get to investigate. It is what it is. And do I want to use this? Not like I'm using it for anything else. They have another makeshift binding, of course. Well, sometimes you, and that is the bread and butter sealed. It's not the rares, it's the commons. So you get to play the seem Night Watch at least. Alright, since I'm not gonna be able to block up top, I might as well swing. Yeah, but opponent looks like they have a really... Yeah, if they're willing to run Case of Pilfered Proof, that means they have all the right detectives. Curious Inquiry. And they're just gonna draw more. We'll swing first. Our opponent might have a combat trick, Burden of Proof. So it shrinks it. It still has the abilities though, so it's actually not too bad. Opponent's now sacking their clue. Opponent actually hits the black mana, but it seems like they only have the one creature down bottom. They are going to investigate a lot, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're not quite able to force them to... Opponent does take the trade though. And so the question now is, does our opponent have a way to... Well, they're just going to draw cards. If they have a way to deal to this, and there are plenty of ways to get the extra pump. Face down card. It already has flying, so that one's a little bit... They probably have removal, because I don't think... Because they do need 2 creatures. Let's see what the response system is. But this is literally all I have left. There's nothing much I can do here. Turns it face up, taps that. Yeah, that's pretty much game. That was a good sequence for our opponent. It was having lots of removal. Actually, to think of it, I have not yet drawn I have drawn the makeshift binding. I have not yet drawn a shock or the galvanize yet. I did draw the case though, so I did draw some of my removal. I also drew the make your move. That would have been good removal too. It's a good thing we were able to cancel back. Instead of it didn't just force you to submit 0. We were able to cancel back into a better sequence. Okay, this is much better. Inspector into, if depending on our land situation, we might go Inspector Automaton or Inspector Bystander. But having the inspectors really matter a lot. When it probably has the hedge guy? No. It does tell us that they probably have something like they might have pick your poison to nuke the artifact. Yep. That's fair. So I can do this now, or I can just keep putting more pressure, which will do. Yes. No, don't. It's generally correct to surveil lands. When it has a tunnel tipster, I am willing to attack into that. Okay, I guess our opponent conceded right away, and that was fast. I guess red-white scares people. You know what? Let's do. We have enough time for one more game. Let's go for it. Maybe. And what's our? Am I supposed to see what our last reward is? I also not liking that particular bug. Hotshot investigators. Yeah, the one card I did not really. It, for if it was an actual draft deck, we would have been doing really poorly. For sealed, it's I would say it's holding up, but it's still kind of mid. Well, we hit all our. At least we know we can cast almost all our 2-drops, so we're going for it. Okay, and we have the mana for a 3-drop. So it is off. Assemble the players. Okay, we're going for that rare. We'll go with Neighborhood Guardian because that one has an effect right away later. Going for the Surveil, so no ward creature, which probably means they'll have to play something normal. Giving up lands. I guess it's. I think he elects. Okay. I would have wanted one of those. So this time we do need the other land. So I'm actually going to play the Sanitation Automaton. Yeah, now we have to keep that up top. And the reason for that is because we probably want to end up doing Smuggler Express, depending on what our opponent's 2-drop is. We'll check invest. I think we're going to need more help. So I actually do not want to draw the card until end of turn, so we're actually going to wait. Yeah, it looks like a point. And this is power 2, so wow, that's actually a good thing to hit off full check. Okay, land search. Opponent is playing a multicolored deck. Well, that is. So now we do crack the 2. We basically want. Okay, I would just. Yeah, I'll take Makeshift Binding. That also works too. Sanctuary Wall. Our opponent's gonna probably have a lot of big creatures, so I am incentivized to keep the Sanctuary Wall. Opponent does a Soul Search. We might lose our Case of the Gateway Express. They might take Bubble Smuggler too because this is 1 mana away from just being able to turn it face up. If they make your move, it's a sign that they probably have a big creature they want to keep on. Yep, they took the make your move. Now I am tempted to actually. Now I'm tempted to actually not. Actually, I probably should not have played that one either. The argument being that our opponent probably has might might be sandbagging a board wipe, or it could just be lots of removal. Galvanize, that's fine. And I guess we will play the Sanctuary Wall this time. Let's hope I'm not wrong in turns. Opponent hitting the 6 mana into a slimy dual leech. We're most likely gonna just use Case of the Gateway Express on this. So our opponent's probably looking for something to remove one of our creatures. We could also play Aurelia, but let's clear the way. See if our opponent has something in response. Galvanize to remove the smallest creature, which I'm fine with. Well, at least I'm also glad they used their Soul Search already. I hope they don't have a second one. V2 Inspector. Into a land. They probably crack the clue because they're not able to cast this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one first because Ooh, they have Tulsimir. So thankfully, so the lifelink is probably gonna be an issue. I could block just to. I guess there's. Okay, we're actually not gonna block this one. Yeah, we're just hitting the lands here. There's an argument for tapping this one down. I kind of want to draw a card actually, so we will attack with poetry. That sets us up for next turn. Opponent does that block there. That's fine.
What is it? Copy.
Yeah, copy.
Copy.
And just,
Paste it.
yeah, paste it.
Paste up.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Cheese.
This one here.
Article.
Okay. Yeah, kahit ng ani. Okay, so now these were able. Doesn't add up. Oh, come on. That really does not add up. Well, the problem is also this has vigilance, so we're gonna do more blocks. We'll just crack this now. So this creature can't block this. So let's see, when a wolf you control attacks, so definitely want to tap this one down. Some kind of countdown, it's fine. And we're just gonna play this face down. That shock might come in handy. The shock might come in handy even if it's to take out Tolsmir, but we're gonna hold for a while. Okay, so in this case, we definitely want to block. because we didn't lose any life, no investigate, no token. Okay. Aurelia wins the game for us. We kind of had to rely on that one. Oh well. Sometimes you just win off the back of Aurelia. She is admittedly one of the better rares of the set. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Just gonna wait for our nice rewards. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to see you guys again next time. Oh, we got actually mail. Oh, this is the official final clue to get this one. So they kind of sent it a bit late. So if you've been following the story, okay, there's a way to solve this if you have not followed the story. This one's asking you which of the 3 Trostani sisters was the culprit. If you did not follow the story, you could at least look for the one that rhymes. Thank you for being such a thank you for being such a clever literary fiend, Alkist Prof. So we know the answer is O, but that will unlock this final one. Then they'll give you the almost then they'll give you this one. Try finding a synonym to what you've already entered. You've got this. I suspect this is supposed to be a 5-clue event because I still have not figured out what this one is. Oh yeah, there is also another clue to figure out. Now that we've seen that open, we can check this out also. In the totally normal event, they give you something interestingly cryptic. One last thing, please don't go putting in just any random text into that code redemption box. We don't want it getting overloaded. We have not needed to fix this since the year the set Ravnica City of Fields was released, and which is anachronistic. Magic Arena was way later from Ravnica City of Fields. I'll leave this as something for you, but you will get something if you do type in the year Ravnica City of Fields was released. Anyway, I'm also gonna try. There was also one interesting puzzle. If you put all the surveillance in order, sort of. It's supposedly gives you a clue, but I don't think it means anything. Yeah, code not found. That didn't mean anything. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week.